All right, as promised, deep dives. This is going to be a series of four deep dives and 4 workouts is what you're going to get, Marcus. So here's the Sal Ritter. We're just going in deep on Sal again. I've decided to shoot out at my piano because I just thought it's just more fun, and I think you'll dig it. It's a little bit weird focus-wise, but I think you can see everything okay. So anyways, it's what I got, and the content's great, and you'll just freaking love it. So, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at this lick right here. Let me play it for you once so you've got the sound in your ears. Hold on a sec. Let me play this sucker for you so you can listen to what I'm looking at here. We're looking at this lick that comes at around minute 119. I'll play it for you slowly first. Turn that stuff up for you. Okay, so now we're going to be doing a couple different things here. We're going to actually take that lick. Originally, you were like, I just want to hear this. Right? You wanted to pick up those awesome voicings. So we're going to unpack the voicings. But he does this. He plays a beautiful lick that rolls into it. So if I play the whole thing slowly for you first, just to vibe it. Ends with one of them clusters. Okay, so there's a couple things we've talked about before that he's doing right out of the gate that you want to just vibe on. Okay, let's take a look at the lick first really quickly. So first part of the deep dive, just the opening lick. And I like to think of these licks as like they're sort of like a run up. It's like as if we were running up to look at something amazing. So imagine yourself running to you're in a forest and you're running to the edge of the forest and you get to the edge and then there's just this whole vista and you can just see all the way across. It's like a scene from The Lion King or something. So I think of these. And now we're at the edge. Right, and all of a sudden we're just like, what? Okay, so check it out. Here's the run-up. It's a C harmonic minor scale. And a quick little theory review for you. Get that mind just locked in right away. C harmonic minor is called that because it uses the scale to build harmonies, right? So you have a natural minor, which has an E flat, A flat, B flat. So it's the same as E flat major, but from C to C. Sorry. Dig it? So that's your C natural minor, but we're going to raise the 7th. You know that. Now all of a sudden you got the old snake in a basket. So that's that. Okay, and now watch what he does. He goes straight up that scale, starts on the 9. And notice I'm gonna put my thumb as my pivot point on that 7. Normally it would go on the root, but watch this is why. Now watch what he does. Go straight up the scale to 7, and watch what he does. He keeps going up the scale, but then he does that surround of the 3rd. Remember we talked about this? Lower neighbor, upper neighbor. Right? You hear that all the time in classical music. Right? So that's that surrounding of a note, a chord tone, or a strong melody choice. So check it out. We're gonna go surround that third, flat third, and then just outline the C minor triad. And this is what's just so badass, because you got to remember, like, you don't have to go complex with your melodic ideas. You can just go, you know. But what makes it sweet is how the run up, the surround, and then the come down. So that's the first part. Just imagine yourself running into this amazing chord voicing you're about to do. You're sprinting it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2. And here's a rhythmic point here. He goes 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and wait, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and I was wrong. It's on the end of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, and so he ends strong on 1 with that flat 3. That's another rule when you're surrounding pitches like that flat 3. You want to think about the strong beats of a measure. So either on a beat is where you go to those strong melodic choices, and then in between beats, you know, the syncopation is where you put the surround. 4 and 1, 4 and 1. So the strong beats would be 1, 3, 1, 3. 4 would be considered a weaker beat. 4 and 1. Okay, so that's the first half of the unpack, is that run up. Okay, so now let's listen to that sucker again, now that you got it under your fingers. Sorry, let me give it to you. I'm going to do a little pre-roll here so you can hear that run up. So that's... Cool. So now we're on to the gem here, which is these great voicings. So sip of coffee and then we're in. So these are just super sexy, and they're like utility voicings. That's what I meant to say. Unitarian voicings. Now they're like utility voicings because, Marcus, you're going to use these suckers over and over and over and over, like for the duration of your career. You might find yourself playing this voicing, these sets of minor 2, 5, 1 voicings, like, 40, 50, 60, 70 times just on one gig alone. One song alone. Okay, dig it. Maybe not one song. That's an exaggeration. But one gig. Okay, so check it out. The first voicing is that substitution we've already actually looked at with Sal Ritter before, which is this, instead of the 2 chord, he's playing the flat 6, right? So he's playing that instead of 2. So he's going, and what he's doing is in the left hand, he's playing this flat 7 and the 3rd, because remember, we're playing an A flat dominant 7. Okay, so anyways, momentary pause because Jessica just walked through the studio. I'm back. So dig it. This is that alternative to the 2 chord, right? And it's basically what we call a tritone substitution. We've talked about it like probably like a half a dozen times over the career of our lessons. And they're just super sexy, and you already probably use them somewhat. But at any rate, let's take a look. We go in the left hand, flat 7 and 3rd, right? A flat. Why is it a tritone substitution, by the way? Because here's the 2 and a tritone up. There's that tritone sound we love. Anyways, flat 7 to the 3rd. Okay, and then up above, we're doing that major triad built off the 2nd. You dig, but he's voicing this as the top melody note. And we've seen this before. Love it. So there's that voicing, a little out of focus, but you can see it. Okay, that's the 2 chord, so he goes. 1, 2. Playing on beat 2, by the way, which is sexy in and of itself. And then what he's doing is going down to the 5 chord, by the way, exact same thing. The left hand just shifts down to the 7 and the flat and the 3 rather of the 5 chord, which is G, right? Dig it? So we go 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so in the right hand we're gonna go, and then we're gonna go down here. Oh, Money in the Bank. Notice what he's doing here. 4ths, built off of the flat 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 6, flat 13, and the flat 9, right? So we're going money again from the tippity top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and notice, by the way, in the left hand, I'm just poking the 3 and the 6. So there's that money right there. So now what happens? He just goes right here. And that's moving right down in 4ths. So check it out. This slides down because the melody is, that's the melody, right? And then, and that's the main meat of the whole thing. So I'm gonna stop the video here, and then we're gonna look at the second half of this deep dive. So it's, dig it? Okay, stopping here. And then part 2 of the deep dive, we'll look at this. What is that? Why does that work? Because it's kind of wacky. Anyways, we'll go there next.